I'm Paul Quaglia, the Director of APAC Assistance. I'm covering off on two main issues that we've assessed today, where in our normal format we provide background, assessment and advice. The two issues today are the Chinese Parliament approving Hong Kong's National Security Bill and Mahathir, his son, and three other MPs sacked from the Bersatu Party in Malaysia. You can get information on how to become a member at iqueries at apacassistance.com. And clients, you can also drill on the following further 24 events that may affect your operations, and I'll cover off on those quickly. In Indonesia has sent a letter to the UN Secretary General opposing China's claims in the South China Sea. 5 Papuan political activists were released from prison on May 26th and 27th after serving 9-month sentences. The country of Indonesia has started cloud seeding to induce rains to head off annual forest fires, and there certainly could be a lot more to that than meets the eye. The Industry Ministry will today issue a guideline for manufacturers to resume operations during the partial alleviations of large-scale social restrictions. In Thailand, the Democrat Party, a key component of the coalition government, agreed to join for calls from the opposition for an independent body to scrutinise how US dollars 60 billion will be spent for the COVID-19 rehabilitation scheme. Also in Thailand, there have been 2 deaths and 1,037 dengue cases in the northeastern province of Nakhon Ratchasima. The head of the local public health office is advising residents to rid their properties of any trapped rainwater. Also in Thailand, the country's main planning agency said yesterday that 8.4 million people are at risk of losing their jobs this year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. In other developments in Malaysia and Singapore will discuss issues related to how workers who want to commute across the land border each day will deal with the land crossings. In Singapore, the Workers' Party has called on the government to publish election campaign rules forthwith. In Myanmar, the Myanmar Union Parliament approved a motion to borrow over US $925 million from the Central Bank of Myanmar to cover budget deficits. The Union Parliament has declined to approve an additional budget request from the military for roughly $7.5 million. Again in Myanmar, the total border trade value has reached over $7 billion in the current fiscal year, up by about $440 million. Parliament has approved amendments to the election law that would remove polling booths from inside military bases and reduce the residency requirements for migrants to register to vote. In the Philippines, a group of armed men, alleged to be members of the Communist People's Army, burned down a church and 4 houses at a mountain village in Opal Town, Misamis Oriental Province early yesterday. A soldier was wounded during a clash with suspected Communist New People's Army guerrillas in the hinterlands of Iligan City in the northern Mindanao. In Vietnam, 11 Vietnamese officials involved in tax and post-customs clearance inspections in Tenma, Vietnam have been suspended from work for being implicated in bribery. In Papua New Guinea, 2 factions from Western Highlands province that have been fighting over a tea plantation have agreed to lay down their firearms. PNG is reportedly procuring 28 Phantom drones through Australia's military. In China, the US Navy yesterday sailed a guided missile destroyer close to the Paracel Islands, its latest freedom of navigation operation in the disputed South China Sea. Also, 2 pro-democracy lawmakers were removed from Hong Kong's Legislative Council yesterday, where lawmakers were debating a bill that would make disrespectful of China's national anthem a criminal offence. In Taiwan plans to buy land-based Beijing-made Harpoon anti-ship missiles as part of its military modernisation efforts. China denounced Taiwan's decision to settle Hong Kongers who flee the city for political reasons, offering help from employment to counselling. In South Korea, The South Korean Coast Guard arrested a Chinese national who illegally entered the country on a small boat last week. In North Korea, the US Justice Department indicted 28 North Koreans and 5 Chinese yesterday for operating a money laundering ring that moved billions of dollars through global banks to avoid nuclear sanctions on Pyongyang. So just a reminder, all of these issues are covered in our major developments, and we produce a similar report every day. We also produce a COVID-19 dashboard. We also do a fortnightly on Indonesia. We also distribute Reformasi weekly. If you have a desire to get more information to become a member, contact us at iqueries@apacassistance.com. You can also learn about our unique proprietary database with 28,800 unique security events that have been vetted for the Asia Pacific region. Thank you.